As you were setting out to start this very inclusive company that's solving a problem that obviously was a problem that you were encountering yourself back at Flatiron Health, how did it come together that you were like, okay, now's the time that I'm going to go from knowing that I have this problem to making the jump and starting the company? This is your first company that you founded, right?
Yeah. I was on 2 early teams, but this is the first company that I founded. I was, yeah, first 20 employees at Flatiron Health, but yeah, first time founding. Yeah, I think I was pretty reluctant. So I saw Flatiron Health grow substantially. Was the first day to hire and hired a bunch of folks onto that team. And I Flatiron got acquired by Roche, so I left after the acquisition. I was doing a little bit of the idea maze and trying to figure out what I was going to do and consulting with companies and helping them establish their data teams and helping them set up their data stacks, setting up a data warehouse for them. And I've always had this idea in the back of my head that like visualization tooling isn't what I expected and wasn't at the bar that like I would want as a user. But I was probably reluctant because it is a crowded space and it's an ambitious problem to solve. So I went in maybe with a little bit of skepticism and helped a bunch of companies set up their data warehouse. And probably after like my third time selling in Looker into an organization, just seeing the price tag and realizing it just felt too heavy. Probably it's a great tool at scale, but it felt heavy for a lot of the companies that I was implementing it at. And it just felt like there was a gap in the market that really needed to be addressed. There's this like real pull and real need for something that was a little bit lighter weight, a little bit more opinionated, and convinced myself and started just prototyping. Like I just started writing JavaScript in D3 and hacking around with some prototypes and got some people excited about it. And that's like the flywheel that's hard to stop. Like you build a little thing and somebody else is excited about it. And then it just
Mhm.
like sort of gets pulled out of your hand. And then the next thing you know, it's a few years later and you have customers and raised money and all those things.
That sounds awesome. I love that story. It ties in perfectly with this like lean startup idea that's popularized by Eric Ries, or maybe coined by Eric Ries in the book uh, eponymously titled Lean Startup. And so if you're thinking about starting a company and you haven't done it yet, it's a really easy book to read to get some ideas around how to be doing it. It's one of those books, which is actually like most nonfiction books, the vast majority are written like this, where there's like a few really important points that are like strung out with all kinds of case studies. And anyway, so really easy read, really fast read
Yeah.
about,
It was like
um,
when I was getting started in startups, it was like the startup Bible, right? It was on
mhm.
literally on like half of the desks was the lean startup.